Oh, hold on. Let me turn this down. You know, I told myself it's a good thing that I start putting on panties when I do this because, like just now, I did not know when I brought it on, you guys going to see all my thighs and all my womanly parts. Let me see if I can fix this. Maybe I'm too low. See, I thought I was doing something by like having like I felt like I was a principal today. Like I was in a principal's chair. So I was going to be like laid back today, but I see that probably might not be conducive to what we have going on today. So let me, because y'all can see my coochie and I really don't even like all that. At least the thoughts of my coochie. The thoughts of the coochie. Okay, is this better, y'all? Hi, y'all. Okay, as you guys can tell, I was probably running a little late today. Just a couple minutes, not a lot. But I just did a light little dust. I didn't chisel. My chest is out. Sam may be a Christian. She may not want to see all this. But to the glory of God, here I am. What's going on, everybody? This is Oliver Twixt here, your nerd boy cutie, reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. I miss you guys. I've been gone for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. Listen, I first want to open up by thanking all of you guys for that aggressive marketing push we did. Was that Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember now. But for those of you who participated on waking up the top model contestants of Christmas past, I just want to let you guys know that we almost shut my Instagram page down. This is why we're on YouTube today. Listen, I'm on the thing, and I'm like, what the hell are all of these messages talking about warning and Instagram? I'm like, I haven't. Y'all almost shut it down. And for that, I do give you guys things. It makes me feel like the Daenerys of Top Model. Dracarys! Okay, anyways. A couple of house notes. Listen, I love you guys so much that I've decided to do a Top Model Live every day for the rest of the month. I know I've been going for a couple of days, and some days it will be two. So all I have to say is make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me. This is maybe a little bit too much lip gloss. I don't like this. Okay, that's a little bit better. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and you are following me on all things social media, especially Instagram, because that's where I post the announcement for who is coming to talk to me next. Another thing, too, you guys know I never really sit right here in the living room, and I normally sit in front of my greenery. I like my greenery more, but this is due today. I just thought, why not change it up a bit? Make sure you guys are following me. Yeah! Listen, we are talking to Sam from Cycle 11 of America's Next Top Model, and I'm so excited about this because Sam was one of my favorite people watching the season. And I mean, granted, when Sam was on Top Model, I know I'm about to age all of us right now. I had to be, was I in high school? Like early high school, maybe? What year did Cycle 11 come out? Can someone tell me? I'm looking at the comments. Oh, let me Google. Anyways, Sam was one of my favorite, the Aquarius in me. Sam was one of my favorite people. Like, I was like, she's happy. Y'all seen this cookie down there? This cookie over there. I was like, she's happy. She's young. She's vibrant. She seems like she has a great attitude. I didn't know she was as polarizing as I think you guys think she is until I posted the flyer and everyone was like, we want to know what her thoughts is about making it to the top 2. And I was like, oh my God. Well, anyways, listen, guys, she's here. And I'm going to start rambling. Sam, I'm about to bring you on, girl. Are you ready over there? I can see your little icon. Yay! Okay. Without further ado, we're going to bring on Sam from America's Next Top Model Cycle 11, runner-up.
Cool!
Hi, Sam!
Hello!
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so remember that thing I told you where potentially we may have some audio issues?
Oh, do you hear it? Is it weird?
It's happening. So I want you to try a couple of things. Try moving forward to closer to the camera.
Hello.
Okay.
How's this?
Okay, so let's try something else. Try closing out the whole thing and coming back in.
I'll be back.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
it sounds great now.
Is it working?
Yes.
Woo! Victory!
Sam, it's so amazing to see you.
Hello. Hello, friends.
Everyone say hi to Sam.
You guys like me?
Sam, you don't look like you've aged a day.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Thank you.
You looking good, girl.
Thank you. I have hair now. And by the way, the show was in 2008. So that was 12 years ago. I was 17 turning 18. I'm now 30 turning 31. So a little perspective for you guys. It's been a while.
Sam, you are funny. Listen, what did you think when everyone did you get flooded with like comments and ads?
I did. I mean, not like a million zillion, but yeah, your fan base is definitely doing good over there.
Yes, they're amazing. You guys give yourselves a pat on the back wherever you
good
are.
Good job, everybody.
So listen, Sam, I'm very excited to talk about Cycle 11 with you. There's a lot of questions, of course, pertaining to you, but also pertaining to a lot of your other cast members because Cycle 11 was a very controversial cycle.
It was. Wait, can I give one disclaimer before we start this? I watched the show when it first aired one time, and that's it. I haven't seen any episodes twice. I haven't like done that. I literally watched every episode when it came out like one time, and then that was it. But I will remember. I will give you guys all the tea that I can think of and remember. But yeah, it was definitely a one-time deal thing for me.
I'm gonna start giving
Don't
you
be
guys.
mad. Don't be mad.
I'm gonna start giving you guys top model spankings. I'm gonna make you guys get in 7-inch heels and walk up a mountain. You guys know you're coming on here, and you guys are telling me, you know, Oliver, I've only watched it like once or twice.
Well, we filmed for like 2 months, a month and a half, so I have all of that in my brain. But like the actual airing of the show, like I remember specific moments where I was like, oh, fuck that, that's messed up. But like other than that, yeah, I don't really. I got you. Let's do this. Let's go. I'm ready.
Okay. Hold on. Let me adjust right fast. Let me put my laptop up here so I'm not looking down the whole freaking time like an idiot. Okay. So like I told everyone, all these questions reflect my thoughts, but they are questions directly from the fans. So if you don't like them, blame them, not me.
It's okay. Bring it on.
Yay! I love that attitude. I love that attitude. Open up my questions, go back, cancel. Here we go. Matthias 2 wants to know, how did she feel at her audition when Tyra called her out for not knowing working models to name? I read she said to Tyra, wait until you see me in my bikini, but it did not air.
Okay. First of all, that whole thing was bullshit because I did name models, and then the way they edited it when they showed it, they made me look like I was a ditz and I didn't know any models. So that was annoying. And I'm sure you guys have talked to like other girls on the show that have said like the way they edit it, like you'll give a response or you'll give an answer, and then they don't show the answer. They show you going, or they show you going, or and then it makes you like have a reaction in a certain way that you really didn't have that reaction about. So.
Oh, that sucks.
I actually did name a couple models there. I didn't say the bikini thing though. Maybe I did. I don't know. Probably.
Why did you audition for Top Model?
It's actually a really funny story. So, I'm like an athlete jock. So my whole life I've always like been in sports. I do motocross. Like I'm like sports orientated all the time. And my little cousin was obsessed with the show, and she was too young. She's like, Sam, can we please like go try out? So for her birthday, I was like, surprise, we're gonna go try out for this like top model show that you're obsessed with. And we went to the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood, and the line was around the block, up the stairs, like every freaking layer was infested with all these like models. And of course everyone's like super extravagant, like I'm gonna be America's Next Top Model, and I'm this, and I'm that. They're just going nuts, and I'm just sitting there like,
was
oh
ShaRaun there?
What did I get myself into? It was crazy. But yeah, we waited for like 4 hours until I was even seen, and then the rest is history, folks.
First time auditioning?
First time auditioning.
Nice. And you said you were 17 going on 18.
Yes. I was in high school at the time. I was senior.
Amazing. And so, okay, so you get in the building and what happens? Do you talk to a producer? Who do you see? What do they make you do?
So you actually have to wait in line. And then of course, like there's like some people out there that are kind of like have little cameras like walking around. And I don't know if they're like filming the process or what, but these girls that like want to be extra are out there like screaming, doing walks and, you know, getting in like little tiffs with each other, like, oh, F you and this and that. So it's like pretty intense. And I had like my playing cards and me and my cousin were just like playing cards and like chessboard. It was awesome. But once you get into the room, they give you like these little numbers. And the first round is like, I don't know if it's based off appearance or what, but the first round they just say, all right, your number is blah, blah, blah. If we call your number, like you're staying. So my number was called, so then I got to stay. So then I got to advance to the next round. And then the other girls who didn't get called, they go home. And then they bring a whole bunch of girls who got into that round into another room. And then they say, okay, if we call your name, you stay. And then they like deleted us, you know what I mean. And then the last two rounds, one of them we had to do like a runway walk, and then they deleted us if you like didn't make the cut for that one.
Gotcha.
And then the last one was a filming thing. So there was like a camera, and then there were the judges, and you like walk in and you have to say like why you're on America's Next Top Model and like tell your story. And everybody had a story in front of me. Like there were probably 10 girls in front of me. Every one of them was like bawling their eyes out crying. Like telling, oh, this is my life, and if I don't get it, like I'm gonna my life is gonna be ruined, and I have this and this. And I just got up there and I was like, I'm happy. I don't really have anything wrong. This would be a super cool opportunity. I like modeling. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. And then I just talked about like athletics and that I would compete and like be a competitor, and competing is fun for me, and blah 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 blah. And then, yeah, you get a call back. And then and then you're pretty much on after that.
Sam, thank you for giving us, I think, what is the most in-depth recounting of what it was like to audition. I feel like I was there with you, arguing with ShaRaun in line.
She's definitely the type of girl that all the girls were like at the audition. Like, you know, she's like very like extravagant and like wants to be out and like wants the camera to be on her, and her energy levels are just like insane. Like that is definitely how all the other girls at the audition were too.
Yeah, I was really just joking about ShaRaun, but we'll get into ShaRaun a little bit later.
No, it's good. Well, I mean, you guys watched the show. She was like that in real life too. She's very like energy, and oh shit, my cat just knocked over. Sorry.
Hey, little pussy, are you okay over there?
Help me.
Little pussy, are you okay over there?
She's barely okay.
Okay, well, good. No broken pussies in 2021. Remember, you pray every day and you kegel.
There we
go. All right. Gimon wants to know, how was it like shooting the opening credits and promo for the cycle? This cycle has one of my favorite promo themes ever, the hippie theme.
So, it was really fun. I mean, I know a lot of people probably have been on the show and they're like, oh, fuck the show, fuck this. I thought, I mean, it was a once in a lifetime experience. It was amazing. But the first part where you actually get to like do modeling for the first time, and there's all the cameras and the makeup artists and the music and it's so exciting and so much fun. And like, I never get glammed up, you know? So having someone put makeup on you and do your hair and put in extensions, like it was so exciting. I loved it. And the hippie theme was like spot on. Although I will say I never part my hair in the middle, like ever. And my hairstylist is like, oh, we're going to part it down the middle. I was like, no, please don't. And because I don't know, I just never, look at how weird I look here. I'll show you guys. I feel like I look.
I mean, if you make that face, Sam.
I don't know. I just want to be like this. And then my hair's down the middle. I'm like, hello.
Mac Ibbs is asking, okay, before we get into that, let's talk about ShaRaun going home. Is she famously introducing herself and saying, hi, my name is ShaRaun, and I'm going to be America's Next Top Model. Cut 40 minutes into program, and ShaRaun, you're going home. We thank you, but you're our first out. What was it like filming with ShaRaun and then seeing her get the boot so early on?
Well, honestly, I was so attracted to like her energy because she was just in everyone's face, out there running around. We got into the house, like she was not afraid to elbow people to get in. Like she was intense. I was like, all right, let's go, bitch. Like you're amazing. But yeah, I think that might have been her demise because she definitely was so out there and crazy that the producer was like, all right, this girl's gotta go. Like she's gotta go. It's
That
too
is
much.
funny.
Probably
No,
the speakers out and everybody's mics.
that was funny. That was her demise. That's funny. Poor ShaRaun.
Poor ShaRaun. She's doing great now. I follow her on Instagram. She's a boss.
Yeah, I went and snuck her Instagram the other day. She looks very nice.
Yeah, she's killing the game. She's doing fantastic.
Matt Ibbs wants to know, can you explain the situation regarding the Jeremy Scott runway challenge, Sam?
Okay, let me tell you guys one because this one actually was a little bit of a little shits McKey thing. Okay, so this didn't air, but when we were getting our makeup done and stuff, Jeremy Scott had come up, and I love Jeremy Scott. Like, I'm weird. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna vibe. He's amazing. We're both like kind of funky. Like, I don't care what other people think about me. I like fun and crazy, like loud things. And so when he came up to the makeup room, we were all getting our hair done. Me and him were like talking and shooting the shit. And he was like, oh my gosh, like you need to just go up there and be yourself and have confidence and rock it. And don't be afraid to like play with the clothes and don't be afraid to do this and be afraid to do that. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. I was giving him high fives. It was super chill. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be like my best day. And I've never done a runway walk. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So like having him there and giving you that confidence, I'm like, all right, this is what he wants. Like I'm going to make my designer happy. It's going to be great. And even during the show, like he was like, I could just, we were vibing. I was like looking at him while I was doing my walk and I was like, oh yeah, I fucking killed it. And then panel day, I just was bomb. And I was just sitting there like, what? Are you crazy? Like, we totally talked about this. You told me to like touch the clothes and do this. And then when he was like, oh, you like try to sexualize my things. I forgot what he said. He said, oh, we don't do that. But this isn't like, I don't remember what he said, but I just was standing there like, oh my gosh, this is so messed up. I was so mad.
Okay, I'm gagging right now.
That was messed up.
Because to us girls, it seemed as if you were being defiant.
I wasn't. He told me to do it. I'm telling you. It was crazy. Honestly, if Jeremy Scott, if you're watching, I still love you. Let's be friends. I don't know if it had to do with production and they told you to do that, but you're still like one of my favorites. Let's do something. I freaking love him, but I was like, they had to have told him like, all right, Jeremy, we need you to like say that you hate Sam or like hate, or you know what? Maybe I did fuck it up and he really does hate me. I don't know, but I still love you. I know. My heart's broken. Don't cry. Don't cry.
No, I'm just trying to think how am I going to phrase this.
Oh gosh.
I am gagging right now because the way it was presented to us was you were told prior to the runway not to go out there hiking your dress up because it cuts to him backstage saying, I told her not to do that. And then we see during the challenge, Mr. J was like, Sam, you were walking, the arms were going, the arms were swinging, and then it cuts the panel where you get ripped to shreds. So like this narrative of Sam doing something that she was told not to do was being built, and now you're telling me something completely contrary to that. Yes, I am
true.
Why do you think they did that? Like, also, why do you think that happened?
By the way, okay, let me just, I don't have a shirt on right now, but when I did it, I was like this, and I like swung my hand to the side. I wasn't like, oh, like, my shirt up and letting everyone get in there. I wasn't doing that. So when they're like, oh, you're just hiking it up and like trying to be a stripper. I'm like, no, I was trying to like have confidence in my life.
Sam, were you trying to show us your body?
I was trying to show you my coochie, okay?
Okay, no, show us your body. Give us a walk right now. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Give us a walk.
I can't.
Sam, get your ass up and give us a quick little 5-second
I'm gonna
walk.
fall. Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Okay, thank you. Dun, 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 dun. You want to be on top? Do, 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 do. Yay! 10s across the board.
It's been a while. It's been too long.
Sam, I'm not. No, focus, Oliver. Focus. Okay, so we got the Jeremy Scott tea. Wow. Talk to me about seeing Hannah get eliminated outside of panel. What was that moment like? I would have been frightened.
All right, let me just say this first.
More tea? Jesus.
Don't really remember like Hannah or Nikeysha. What was her name again? With an N?
Nikeysha.
Okay, those two I don't really remember. I remember everyone else like, oh, and well, ShaRaun I remember because we all know why. But like Hannah and Nikeysha, I don't really remember much about them. I know that. Have you seen the Jeffrey Dahmer movie? Like, you know when like Zac Efron is like really nice, but he kind of gives off the serial killer vibe. Kind of got that a little bit from Hannah. Where you're like, I don't know what this girl was gonna do. Okay, I'll put it this way. For sports, you're on a team. Like, there's that one girl on the team that nobody really likes, but you're like, okay, I got to get along with her because she's on my team. I can't really like talk shit. But yeah, she was that one girl on the team, and everyone was like, wait, what? What's it? What is this? Very strange. Strange cat.
And then what about Nikeysha? What do you remember about Nikeysha? They told us she talked a lot.
It's weird because I was gonna say I feel like I didn't even hear her talk at all. I mean,
come on, rewrite Cycle 11 for us, girl. Rewrite it.
Yeah, I really didn't talk much to her, but I know she was really, 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 really skinny. I remember seeing in person, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl needs to eat. Like, she looked really, really skinny. That's about it about her.
Just so everyone knows, 2 things. I'm looking down on my phone to read my questions, and I am drinking. They didn't pay me to say this, but it is called Time, and GoPuff was supposed to send me the pomegranate version, but they sent me the citrus version. It's so good. It doesn't feel sugary like Red Bull, but this is what I'm drinking right now out of my pseudo fancy glass.
I was gonna say, are you drinking early? It's what, 3:30 over there?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past me, but today I am behaving.
All right.
Yes, Sam. No,
wait,
I said.
Side note. When I was on the show, I was 18 and I had never drank. So, like, I'm an alcoholic now. Just kidding. I'm not an alcoholic, but I for sure drink a shit ton now. But on the show, I didn't drink at all, which is weird. Like, if I were to go on the show now, like, I would have been raging every night. I'm serious. Kyle_Israel wants to know, why do you think the camera zoomed in on your face when Sheena quote unquote lied about her breasts being real? Because everybody knows. Probably. If you were to say to me, I mean, clearly I don't have breast implants, but if I were to say, hey, I got breast implants, everyone would be like, bitch, no, you don't. But it's weird because someone who clearly has breast implants and you say that, you kind of know. So that's probably why. How awkward was that moment when she came back up and was like, I just have something to get off my chest? No pun intended. I mean, I don't think it was awkward. I think it was like, okay, finally, I'll get it. Duh. Hello. I wasn't shocked, to say the least. Sam, the Adventures of Marin wants to know, ask her if she agrees that the natural disaster photo shoot was one of the worst in ANTM history.
The creative was so boring, and the makeup and clothes had nothing to do with it. It seemed so lazy and last minute. And the traffic jam as a natural disaster, LMAO, like, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because when you're on the show, all the photo shoots have like this theme, and you're supposed to like be engulfed with the theme and like project this idea. But when you model in the real world, you literally listen to the director and the photographer, and they tell you what you want, and you do it. It's not like, okay, give us your opinion on how you see this and how you see that. Like, you don't do that. And like even the like exacerbated, amazing, oh, they're like super fantastical shoots, super fun, not realistic. You don't really do shoots like that unless you're like doing something insane, you know, like for like a theatrical or fantastical shoot. So having a fantastical shoot every single time we had a shoot was definitely interesting. I personally liked the natural disaster one. I thought it was fun.
Me too.
Dude, it was bomb. Mine was the tsunami, so I got to like play in water the whole time, and water shoot's really cool. So you get to I mean, I had a great time with it. I didn't think it was boring. There was one, oh, the that one with the political.
The first one.
It was the first shoot. I thought that one was so boring. I was like, oh my gosh, all the ones are gonna be like this. This sucks. Because it was just like everyone literally had like a cubicle, and then we were just like in a giant warehouse, and we were just shooting these little cubicles. And I was like, this is so boring. The show was so much fun. I wanted to like be in the sky, like skydive, and be like, you know. I was so disappointed on that first shoot. I was like, dang, this sucks.
Louise Orozco wants to know, Sam, how did it feel getting your hair chopped off? It looked very incredible on you. Sam, what was makeovers like for you?
It was terrible. I remember when we first walked into the studio, they're like, okay, makeover day. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, so exciting, so exciting. And every there was a whole bunch of stations out, and every station had hair extensions and like all this product, and it looked so exciting. And there was this one station that had like 10 sets of scissors. And they're like, Sam, you're in that seat. And I was like, fuck this, no. And I was so mad, and I was like, whatever, like I gotta do it, or they're gonna kick me off. Pretty much. It's like, and I asked, wasn't one of the producers, I think it was one of the producers. I don't know. It was one of the header up guy persons. And I said, if I like don't do this, what's going to happen to me? And he's like, you're going to be cut off the show. And I was like, damn. It's like, okay. So then I had to do it. And Sutan was there, and he was like talking me through it. So that was cool. But yeah, I actually accidentally gave it away to my mom because I talked to her on the phone. You're not supposed to like give anything away about the makeover because of paparazzi and everything's crazy. And I called her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I look like Alex. And Alex is my little brother, because they like shaved up my sides, and they had the hair long in the front, and like that's what my little brother looks like. And I got in so much trouble because they're like, you can't say like you look like your brother, because now they know that your hair is short, and you're not supposed to say it, tell anyone that your hair is short. But also, think about it, I was the only one who got my hair cut. I feel like our makeovers in my season was like shitty. Everyone else got like hair and extensions. They actually tried to dye Sheena's hair fucking platinum blonde, which you don't do to dark black hair like that. And her hair started falling out, so they had to change it back. It was messed up. And my hair after the show, like keeping up with it, like I love the, don't get me wrong, I love the hair afterwards. It was fun to do, but also like you have someone walking like this with all their outfits, and then you cut their hair off, and then you expect the outfits to look good. It's like making a commercial person into an editorial person and going, okay, keep wearing your like normal stuff. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like your outfit, you change your outfits, right? If you were to wear like hair extensions. Hold on. Now! My boyfriend. I think someone's at the door. Sorry.
This is glorious. Glorious.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
No,
my boyfriend
fine.
works from home.
We want to watch the unraveling.
Neil, say hi.
Sam, your giant dildo came.
Yay!
Here it is.
You're a giant what?
He's kidding. He said dildo.
That's a big one. You
Oh,
sure that's gonna
ride on it. Don't get tired on it. Bust it challenge.
get it warmed up?
Get
for you.
out of here. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sorry, guys. That was
No, we love it. We accept all things over
Never
here.
mind. It was your lifetime supply of diarrhea medicine. Never mind.
He's kidding. I'm sorry. This is my life, everybody. Where was I?
Everyone,
Anyways.
today we are talking to Sam from Cycle 11 of America's Next Top Model, and I'm just happy, guys, that I'm not the one who's a hot mess today.
Okay, sorry. Where were we? Anyways, yeah. They
Sam,
cut
this
my
is
hair off.
amazing.
It was
I'm gonna get us back on
serious.
track, girl. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Real_Bryson_Applewhite wants to know, Sam, can you talk about Clark? Was she that bad in real life?
Clark was, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, was like a natural bitch. You know what I'm saying? No, but like not disrespectfully. I'm sure you like have friends where like my best friend Shalimar, she's a boss ass bitch. Like she's a bitch. If I have problems, I'd be like, Shally, come over. Like you need to get this girl in her place. Like that's Shally. Clark, I think, was very similar in that aspect that she just like she didn't give a fuck like what anyone else thought about or felt. Like she would just say whatever she wanted to say and not care about it.
Is it true that Elina had a crush on Clark?
I don't think so. I think they might have played that off. If I were to say like now looking back at it, maybe only because I definitely got Elina as or like Elina, her vibe was very like she looked at you and she like looked into your soul. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. Like she was very like in tune with other people. So maybe she did have a thing. I don't know. I thought Elina was gorgeous, by the way. She was like one of the most beautiful women like I've seen like physically in real life. Besides Tyra Banks and Lauren Brie. I thought we're both like you're like, dang, those girls are gonna photograph really well. Yeah.
You know, I never asked any of the girls this, but it just popped up in my head today. Was there any like low-key secret, you know, sister stuff going on in the house?
Not low-key stuff. I will tell you guys something that I thought was like very strange. In our season, because there was a lot of like cliques. So it was like Marjorie and Analeigh were kind of a clique, and then there's someone else there. I think Hannah was in there for a while. And then it was like kind of like me, McKey, and Sheena were a clique. And they stopped all production, turned off all the cameras. They brought us into the backyard. All the producers came out and they sat us down. They're like, listen, you guys are going to have the worst season of all time unless you guys don't start like competing and fighting. They're like, we're not making a reality show about like friends being in a house, like living together. We want you guys to fight for this. And we want you guys to like want to win. And right now it doesn't seem like that. So if you guys like don't figure this out, you're going to have the worst ANTM show of all history. So then literally after that, the very next episode, you can like see the switch. I don't remember what episode it was in particular, but right after that, the switch was everyone started fucking hating everyone else. And like there was immediate like kind of separation. Like, okay, like I'm not allowed to be friends with you. Like I have to talk shit about you. And like the producers, when you're in the back and they're giving you little interviews and stuff, no one tells you what to say. No one's like, hey, you need to say that Hannah sucks, or you need to say like that you hate Elina. But what they will say is, what don't you like about McKey? What don't you like about Lauren Brie? Or like, what did you think about when you saw so-and-so do this? Or what would you say to so-and-so if they said this? So then in the interviews, like everyone, the way they edit it, it makes it seem like, oh, well, I don't like when Lauren Brie does this. And then it's like, oh, Sam hates Lauren Brie. And it's like, what? She asked me that question, so I had to answer, you know? So it is a little trickery in there. That's reality TV for you, folks. They definitely do that. There's also another really messed up thing that happened my season, since we're spilling it all, darling. this was messed up. I don't know who was getting eliminated. I want to say I think it was Isis and
I knew you were about to say Isis. Keep going.
I think it was Isis and Clark. They like, it might have been someone else, but I'm pretty sure it was Isis. And they were both up there holding, like, the Tyra Banks holds the photo, you know, and she says, and the person who's staying is blah, blah, blah. And then she, like, shows the photo. So these two girls are up there. Everyone, like, I had already, like, made it, whatever. I'm sitting on the sideline. We're all waiting, watching. And all the judges are there, and Tyra Banks is standing there, like, super stoic and ready to give the who's going to make it or not. These girls are bawling, okay, crying. You can tell, like, this is their life. You're like, oh, man, they really want this. Like, they're modeling. Like, this is their dream to be models. And production goes, up, cut. We're out of tape. So when you're out of tape, you have to stop all. No one's allowed to talk. No one's allowed to say anything. And then they got to switch the roles and add the tape in so that they can get, like, new role. And so the guy was like, cut. And Tyra Banks turns around to the panel table and just starts cracking up, dying laughing. And then they're all, like, talking about, I don't know what they were talking about. They were just, like, laughing about something and joking around. And these two girls are, like, standing there holding hands, like, crying. And I just remember I was like this. So that's so messed up. Like, this is their girls' dreams. One of them's about to get eliminated and sent home. Their dreams are about to get smashed. And, like, the judges just were, like, laughing because the camera had to get changed. And then as soon as the camera, they're like, all right, rolling. And then all of a sudden it's like, Tyra was like, back to stoic, back to, like, super intense. And I'm just like, oh no, this is fake. It was so sad. That was the first time where I was like, oh dang, this is like, they don't care. This is just a show. It was sad. Yeah, hurt my heart. I had to tell that only because it really hurt me. And it hurt my feelings, and I felt really bad for everybody who got eliminated. And I was like, dang, I don't know. If you really want to make it in the modeling world, folks, you gotta do your own thing. You gotta try. It's true. Show to do it for you.
You've heard it here on an ANTM exclusive from the horse's mouth. Now I'm trying to figure out who was going home, though. You said was it okay? Let's go back. Let's go back to the history books right fast. Let's go ahead and do it, guys.
Go back.
I'm gonna go back to the history books. I'm going to Cycle 13 and Mary's Next Top Model Wikipedia page, and I'm going down to the call out summary. All the top model nerds out there know exactly what I'm doing. So
you're a professional.
Oh wait, Cycle 11. Sorry, I said 13.
Wow, you blew it.
I blew it. I fucked it up. Okay, that is funny. 1 second. It's loading. It's clicked. It's scrolled. It is expanded. It is before my eyes. So when Isis went home, it was her and Samantha. You. So it couldn't have been you. So are you saying
that one?
Are you saying
no?
When
Wasn't
Clark?
Isis went home? I think it was when
Is it when Clark and Joslyn were in the bottom too?
Yes, I think that was it. Who went home on that though? I think it was
Joslyn. It was Clark.
It was Clark?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Yeah, it must have been that one. What was the one that Lauren Brie was in? Lauren Brie and who?
It was her and Sheena.
No, it wasn't that one.
And then the next one was Elina and Joslyn.
I mean, you can ask someone else on my season. Everyone saw it, so everyone will know what I'm talking about.
Well, but we do have another Cycle 11 girl queued up.
Who?
Oh, I can't say right now.
What?
Do you really want me to say?
Yes.
Like really bad?
Yes, just tell me. I'll tell you about them.
It's Joslyn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's coming on very soon in a couple of days.
She just had a baby, I think. It's so funny. I follow everyone on Instagram now. And I'm like, oh, wow, look. We're like real humans. In the real world.
So I'll be sure to ask her, do you remember crying and they cut tape and Tyra turned her back and started cackling to the hyena dog?
I think it might have been it might have been her. But if it wasn't her, she'll remember.
Y'all, this is so much tea right now. I'm going to get us back on track in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Were you shocked? This is Jimmy Pegasus. That is so cute. Jimmy Pegasus.
That's a good name.
That is a great name. Jimmy Pegasus,
love that.
wherever you are. That is an awesome name. That just warmed my little heart. He wants to know, Sam, were you choked? Were you shocked when Lauren Brie was eliminated?
Kind of. That girl's just like a model. You know, you see like exotic models and you think, oh, damn, that girl's pretty. She's going to photograph really nicely. Even if she's like kind of weird, like her features were very like powerful, like her eyes and everything. You could tell if she was going to be photographed well. So yeah, I was shocked.
Oh, yes, give me more. Yes, please give it to me. That was her screen name.
Oh my God.
Wants to know, Sam, what are your thoughts when Joslyn got eliminated? When Joslyn got eliminated and Tyra said, you will be able to survive this. I thought that was so shady. That was shady.
I mean, I'm not surprised. It's really weird, actually, because everything that Tyra Banks had said on the show, don't get me wrong, I love Tyra Banks. I think she's a great businesswoman. Fantastic. Beautiful in person. Stunning. Gorgeous. But everything she said on the show, I think she was trying to evoke emotions in us. And I said, I mean, I told you earlier about when they cut the tape and stuff, and I was like, damn, this is fake. But I think a lot of that stuff that the choices of words that she had with a lot of us, maybe was trying to get an emotion, get a reaction, just so that they could put it on air. Sorry, but it's true. You got to get ratings. Come on, that's why it's the #1 show in 13 countries. You gotta.
This is true.
Gotta make it. Gotta make it big time.
Ba L wants to know, what was Amsterdam, the Netherlands, like for you? Was it like you expected it to be?
Netherlands were awesome. Flying there was super cool. It's like finally, like, you didn't have camera on you in the plane, so that was rad, and I could just like be in my own thoughts and not be filmed, which was cool. They actually had a down day too, where we got to stay in the Sheraton Hotel in Hollywood in LA, and we got like a day to like mentally reset because everyone was falling apart, I think. But yeah, the Netherlands is beautiful. I had never been abroad. I've never like left my parents. I was 17 turning 18, you know? So it was really cool. I loved it. Everything about it was awesome.
Dope. I went to the Netherlands when I was like 17 years old. And I remember getting off the plane and I was like, oh, yes, I was 17. You were 17 when you went. Well, I remember getting off the plane and I was like, this place smells like badusy. I couldn't for the life of me understand what was I smelling.
There was, anytime we would drive through the fields, it did smell like shit. It smelled terrible. But I think, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Sutan, and I was like, what is this? Like, why does it smell like shit all the time? And he was saying it was the cow manure. Like, they make cow manure there or something. I don't know.
Sam, do you know what badusy is?
No, what is it? Cannabis? Is that cannabis? I don't fucking know.
Cannabis could have been involved too. So badusy is
Oh God, now I'm scared.
So badusy is a term in the African American community when you want to describe something that is very pungent in smell, and it's basically booty, dick, ass, and pussy all put together.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Sure, it smelled like badusy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, or I should say, I can smell it.
Oh my God! I didn't. Oh my God! This is too much for me. This is all too much for me. That moment should go viral, Sam. I taught Sam badusy.
Thank you for that. Bring that in my vocabulary.
Sarah wants to know, were Marjorie and Elina playing victims by constantly bringing up that they were from Europe and how they were different from everyone? So when answering this, I really want you, because there were a lot of questions about this, so I want you to answer it in a way that talks to the divide that was, like you said, that was already there with you, McKey, Sheena, and the European girls.
Okay, for all you fans out there, here's the truth. When you are on a team with someone, or you're in your workspace, your group, and you have that one person that is just constantly complaining and constantly telling you, like that the job sucks or the boss sucks or this or that, or, you know, oh, we can't do this because my knee hurts, and I can't do this because I didn't have enough coffee today. Like, that kind of person was their like mindset all the time. So me, like, being an athlete, and I'm a coach now too, but being an athlete, like, those people are infectious. Like, if you have a moldy blueberry and you put it in a box of blueberries, the whole box of blueberries turns moldy. So you guys, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, Sam, you didn't have any feelings and you didn't have this. That's not true. I care about everybody, and I see both sides of different perspectives in like any situation.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone's constantly complaining 24/7 and telling you like how much they suck and how hard this is, and like, oh, they're not good enough and this and that, like, there comes a point where you're like, you gotta like get away from me. Like, you're negative. I don't need that negativity in my life, you know? And it starts to affect you and make you feel like, oh yeah, well, you know, I didn't have a good shoot because I didn't get enough sleep, and, you know, I wasn't in the top 2 because she didn't pick my photo that I wanted her to. Like, there's always an excuse, and I hate excuses. I hate when people make excuses for themselves. Don't make excuses. It is what it is, and if you don't want to do it, then go. And that's it. And that wasn't like me trying to be a bitch or me trying to like put somebody down. That was just me like saying how it is. Nobody likes that person. Come on. And if you guys want to disagree with me, or that's fine. But personally, if someone's like negative all the time and just a Debbie Downer, I don't want to be a part of that. Sorry.
Well said,
sorry.
Sam. Well said. That was amazing. Katie wants to know also, so proud of how Sam took care of a drunk Marjorie, preventing her from having another shandy moment. What do you remember about that day and that moment of the hot tub and the guys coming over?
Okay, I will say I actually tuned into McKey's little thing that you had when you talked about the boys that came over.
Mm-hmm.
I experienced that a lot differently. I mean, I've never drank until my summer of my senior year. So I was like, oh my God, I can't drink on camera. Like, my parents will kill me. Like, I'm not allowed to drink. This is like bad. And like, I don't want to put poison in my body. Those guys that came over were fucking nuts. Like, they were insane. They were already like, seemed like they were already drunk when they came over, and they had vodka and wine, all that shit. So I just, now thinking back on it, I'm like, damn, how did the producers like let these guys into a house full of like 17-year-olds that never drank before? I had no idea what I was doing. Towards the end of the night, he took the bottle of vodka, put it in his eye, and was blinking his eye and drinking the vodka out of his eyeball until it was bloodshot red. And then they kicked him out because he was like hammered, falling down. Yes, that's a real story. I don't know why McKey didn't say that. Well, maybe she was sleeping or something, but that was crazy. And I just remember thinking like, oh my God, these guys are nuts. But we did play a lot of charades, and we did play games with them and stuff. But I just remember thinking like, oh my God, like, I'm gonna get in trouble. This is scary. But yeah, when Marjorie did get drunk, I have two brothers. My parents, all my cousins, everybody drinks. So like, I get it when someone's hammered. It's funny, and like, you're like, all right, time to go to bed. Let's do this thing, chicken wing. It makes sense when you got to help somebody. But yeah, definitely being in that situation was a little bit uncomfortable. Probably the most uncomfortable thing on the entire show for me. Honestly, the photo shoots were fine.
Sam, I first of all want to thank you so much for your honesty. And, I'll probably say you misled us, girl, because you were like, I haven't watched this in so long, but I will say you're doing a great job at telling us
I really
about what happened.
It's weird because I know a lot of people, not like people on America's Next Top Model, but people who go on shows, or maybe they're like comedians or something, and they go on these blogs and they read the comments for hours, and they just like take in all of that like negativity of people judging you all the time and telling you, oh, I didn't like her, or, she looks fat, or, she's such a bitch, like, fuck this, she's such a whatever. And it's just like, I don't need that. I don't need to go and read the thing. I'll watch a show. I watched it once. Okay, I know I got second. Like, I didn't get anything from the show. Wasn't like I like came out like, oh, you guys, actually, I'm in Paris. This is my Paris flat, darling. I'm like famous now. Like, no, you don't get anything. You get $0, and then you're done. And it's like, bye. Thanks for coming on. And it's I have no like negativity towards the show at all. I think it was so much fun. I love filming it. I loved all the challenges every day. You like wake up and you're like, oh, okay, what are we doing? This is so exciting. It was fun. But did it like give me this amazing like leg up in the industry? Like, no. When I went after the show and I like tried out for all these different agencies and I told them they were on the show, they're like, oh, you're on America's Next Top Model? I was like, yeah. They're like, sorry, we don't want anything to do with you. Like, it like didn't help me at all. I'm just being real with you guys. I don't know. Please, young women, young men, young anybody, young, old, whatever. If you guys want to make it in the industry, you don't need a TV show to do it. You don't need someone else to tell you how to do it. Just go out there, be your own self, make blogs, do lives like Oliver. Like, everybody has their own thing that they can do and like be great at. Just do it. So don't need to like put yourself on this platform for people to judge you.
Sam,
Sorry,
thank you
I'm
so
ranting.
much. No,
I
that
gotta
was
go.
beautiful. That was beautiful. On behalf of 846 people watching us right now, I thank you for those gems you just dropped. That was so beautiful. Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm crying. Just kidding. You're crying.
Okay, so that was a lot of tea about that hot tub Marjorie got. Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's very insane. Cow_Israel wants to know, how was it seeing the judges, Paulina, be so right about Analeigh becoming an actress?
I think it was really obvious that Analeigh was really good at what she was doing. We did that CoverGirl shoot thing,
Mm-hmm.
and Analeigh was like, I just remember watching her go before me, and I was like, fuck, this girl's got it. Like, she's good. You can tell she's good at what she does. So I wasn't surprised, when she made it afterwards, and that's fucking awesome for her. Great job. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speak for her, of course, but I don't think that the show had a lot to do with it. I mean, I think she's a very like introspective, like soul person. That's like, she's like genuine, real. She's really, really nice person. Like, you talk to her and you feel like she's fake. That's how real she is. Like, she's just like, oh, I love your this and that and this and that. And you're like, oh, damn, like this girl's genuinely just nice. And it's hard to take in sometimes. But yeah, I'm not surprised. She's a baller. Also, my phone's going to die. I need to go get my charger.
Oh, perfect. Mine was going down too. I need to go get my charger too. Let's go get our charger break.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cha-chia.
Baby, can I borrow your charger? My phone is dying. Where? On the couch?
All right.
This is one of the best top model lives ever! I'm so glad I put on panties today because I had to go get a charger. I would have been screwed if I was. Oh, you okay with this, Sam girl?
I'm coming.
Okay, I thought I heard destruction.
Okay.
Be careful.
How does this work?
Y'all didn't know Miss Oliver was stacked like this. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, world.
If I was on
And
top
we're
model, I would
back.
devastate those girls.
Gosh, you guys.
And I just would win by having a killer walk, confidence, and personality. My pictures would suck. But they just would want to keep me around just to talk to me. Oh, I have the more energy drink. Thank you.
All right. Please.
Are you guys so sweet? Are you guys enjoying this live right now? Are you guys enjoying this right now? This is so freaking amazing. Thank you again, Sam, for coming, for giving us a live Q&A chat about Cycle 11 of America's Next Top Model. We only have a few questions, and then I'm going to open it up to a live Q&A from the people who are watching us right now in this moment. So
Cool.
let's keep on going because we're almost done.
All right.
And I lost my question, and I got it. Grace Hill Gladys Lopez wants to know, I want to know, how was it for you and McKey to walk on that final runway show? Did the other girls join you?
No, the other girls didn't join us, but they did bring everybody, not everybody, but they did bring a lot of the girls to Amsterdam just so that when the paparazzi came, like the girls who got eliminated got to come to Amsterdam too.
Who do you remember came?
Awesome, because I was like, dang, these girls are probably partying or like get to hang out and don't have cameras on them the whole time. But
who came?
Oh God, I think they didn't let us see them the whole time, but I want to say it was, I think Sheena. I think.
Well, Sheena made it over to Amsterdam.
See, there's the brain for you, folks. I don't know. I really can't tell you, but I know they did bring other girls who got eliminated.
Okay. So Holiday 197 wants to know, when the winner is announced during the final panel, what happened to you as soon as you were led out of the room? Did you get to go back to the apartment, pack and go straight home, or do they group you back in with the rest of the eliminated contestants for a while and then go home? In other words, what is the post-finale process for the contestant, in your case you, who places runner-up in the finale?
So, just so everyone knows, the show is exhausting. Like, you are filming 24/7 the entire time for like weeks. So as soon as like I found out at the end, I kind of like blacked out. But you immediately like they throw you immediately into an interview room because they want those emotions to be like real. And I just remember I was just like exhausted. I was just like crying. I was like, oh my God, I want to go home. I'm ready. So, yeah, they do an interview like really fast, and then you get to pack your bags and go home. But I didn't get to see anybody else. I didn't see McKey after I don't think so. This might be a little brain thing, but I don't think I saw her after the show was like done until we went to Amsterdam together afterwards, because we had won a challenge. So we went to a runway show actually back in the Netherlands like a month after, which was freaking awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much all. And then they just fly you home. And I know that McKey got to do like the cover girl shoot or something. So I had to wait for her to do, because she like was the winner. So I had to wait for her to like finish before we like got, before we got to do like the actual like flights back home and everything. But yeah, we were out of there fast.
She told us in her chat that picture of her and Tyra is actually Photoshopped. She didn't shoot with Tyra.
It is. I think all of them are Photoshopped.
No,
Dude,
don't tell me that.
I saw Tyra Banks one time outside of panel days. I saw her in the real world one time too, but outside of panel days, she only came to the house once and was just like talking to us about pizza and like told us this story that seemed very scripted. But that's it. Don't, dude, give me that face. I love Tyra Banks. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Do I think she's a very good businesswoman? Yes. Do I think she genuinely like wants all these girls to be models and stuff? Probably not. Does she have a very successful television show that is making a ton of money? Absolutely. Does she pay any of the people on the show anything? $0. We got an allowance of $70 a week, and we had to pay $40 for laundry and pay for our own groceries. And like looking back at it, I'm like, oh man, like that is really bad. But just because I know now how much you can make off a shoot, or like, how much you get paid for being on television. So like, I get it, but also it's reality TV. Like, you're signing up for it. I get it. I'm not like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird emotional roller coaster.
Did you think that McKey was going to win?
Mm, the only reason that I like considered it, I really thought Lauren Brie was gonna win. Lauren Brie or Alina were like my top two choices until they got eliminated. But but well, when they cut my hair off, I was like, so you don't like my face. I'm not pretty enough to have short hair like that all the time. Like my features and things, like I'm not editorial, but like McKey, her facial structure and like the way her face looks, like she can pull it off because she's fucking gorgeous. And when she first came in, she had short hair. I was like, oh dang, I get it. Like this makes sense. How she could win. After the makeovers was the first time I thought that.
Were you shocked that you made it that far?
McKey?
No, that you made it to the top 2.
I don't know. I have this weird like premonition thing, and I think I can like read minds. But whenever I'm doing something, I'm always like, okay. Like whenever I do a raffle for like a party or something, I'm like, oh damn, I'm gonna win this raffle, and then I end up winning the raffle. So like every time I had a photo or a photo shoot, I was just thinking in my head like, there's no way that someone else did like, there's no way I did worse than the worst. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like every photo shoot I had, I was like, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna kill it. Let's go. It was never like, oh my god, that photo shoot fucking sucked. Like I'm terrible and I'm probably gonna be in the bottom 2. That thought never crossed my head. It was always like, oh, I did really good. Like there's no way I was worse than the worst. So
my favorite photo of you on the show is when you guys are on the boat and you have that skirt and your leg is like stretched out. It is just, I found it so amazing how they always critique you for being the commercial girl, but when you got all of the high-end fashion avant-garde things to do, you freaking knocked it out the park.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier. When they put you in clothes that match the hair, it makes sense. When you're in like clothes, long hair clothes, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, all those photo shoots were so fun, and it was cool too, like having short hair and getting it styled. Like after the show, I had no idea what the heck I was doing, and my hair was platinum blonde, and my natural hair is this color. So anytime it growed out, I had to like try to dye it back to its normal color, and then my hair was just falling out. I lost like 60% of my hair after the show.
Yikes.
Yeah, I had to like do all these like special treatments and stuff, and then I wore a wig.
Yikes. Well, it's good to see that you're long tresses again.
They're back. I'm normal.
You'd_kidden is asking, how much influence do you think the judges other than Tyra have on elimination? Excuse me, I'm kind of tripping up.
I think that most of the eliminations were, and like the thought process that were chosen by the producers.
Tell us more.
I mean, I just think that, and I mean, I don't know. I don't really have watched a whole bunch of blogs about the girls talking about their experience on the show, but I do know there's plenty of times where I would see the picture that was chosen for me, like on the screen. They're like, all right, let's see how Samantha did at the shoot. And I was like, what? Of all the photos, you chose that one? Like it was one that like maybe wasn't so flattering, or it wasn't probably my best. And of course we didn't get to ever see any of the photos, but it would be like something like where I was going like this with my hand, and they're like, your hand there really is distracting and it looks terrible. I'm like, okay, there are 450 other photos. You couldn't pick one without the hand doing that. So I feel like maybe the producers wanted to tell a narrative, tell a story, hype people up, get a reaction, get some emotional, because when you watch a show and people are tiffing or like people having reactions, it's fun. It's cool to watch that. I used to watch Bad Girls Club all the time. It was like my favorite reality show, and they would get in these crazy ass fights, and I was like, oh my god, let's go. Exciting. So, I get it. And also I am a television film media major. Like that's my major for my bachelor degree. So I kind of have a little side thing from my college on making sense of those things.
Quick, what was your favorite photo shoot and what was your least favorite photo shoot?
Oh God. My favorite one was probably the windmill one with the shovel. I know I was crying on that day, I forgot why I was crying, but there's something happened and I was just like not doing it. But driving to the location, doing everything, like my makeup artist and my hairstylist and my wardrobe people, like everyone was so nice. Everyone that wasn't physically like shown on the show, like the mic people, the camera people, the everything else, they were so kind and cool and like real. So that was very like comforting. So that was definitely my favorite, the windmill one. My least favorite was the first one, for sure. And I think I looked terrible. I look so bad. That's not my favorite photo. I'm like, I remember I saw, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get eliminated. When I was on the panel day, I was like, that is the most terrible picture of me ever. But then they loved it. And I was like, all right, whatever.
We're going to you're funny.
Yeah, you love them, you hate them. I don't know.
Louis Orozco wants to know, excuse me, were you asked to be on All Stars?
Was I asked to be on All Stars?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Would you have done it?
Sure. Of course. I love the show.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. I mean, TV is TV. TV is fun. And awesome now looking back, like when, oh God, I feel like kind of euphoric looking back because I felt like I was so young and I was so, I mean, they definitely edited me
Mm-hmm.
to be very ditzy,
Mm-hmm.
and like kind of dumb. But I think that, I don't know. I feel like if I were to go on now, I'd just like wreak havoc.
In a good way.
In a good way. In a good way. Not like be a bitch, but just like, let's go. I'd help all the youngins.
Dimitri Mari wants to know, are you still with that guy that you were dating while filming the show?
No, I'm not. We were together for 4.5 years. I was so sad because I thought he was going to hate me because my hair was all cut off. But yeah, we dated a little bit afterwards. I've had 4 boyfriends since. The one I'm with now that brought in that fake dildo thing. We've been together for 5 years.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks. So yeah. We're not together though.
That's
But I
amazing.
still love my ex-boyfriend. All my exes were all still good friends. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm not the like, oh my God, I hate my ex, never talk about him.
Jurassic Bradness wants to know, do you have a regret about Cycle 11?
I know it sounds cliche and I don't want to be like, oh, no regrets. But that's a tough one.
I mean, if you don't have one, you don't have one. It seems like you enjoyed it.
I mean, I really had a great time. It was so fun. Yeah, I don't have any regrets. I will say I do have a regret after the show about a situation that happened. I went to New York for this like fashion show thing that I was doing. And I remember I saw Tyra Banks there and I was like so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, there's Tyra. I was on the show. She knows me. Like, this is going to be great. And I remember I just like went up to her and I was like, oh my gosh, hi Tyra, how are you? Like, I remember you. And like, do you remember me? Blah, blah. And she was just like, oh, hi. And she like hugged me and then like walked away. And then I never like said anything to her. I like wish I would have just said like, I don't know. I just wanted to ask her if it was real. I never asked her that. And I wish now that the show's over and everything's done with, that I just asked her like, hey, was that just for show or was that real? Like, do you really, I don't know. I always just really wanted to know because I really don't know. I don't know if she like, I don't know. That would be my only regret, I guess. A past or ex or not.
She did remember who you were though, right?
I think so. She kind of just like was like, oh, hi. I think she did. I don't know. Maybe she didn't. She also has like a million different people on her show, so.
That's true too.
Yeah. I can't expect the woman to remember everything.
What was it like being on Big Bang Theory?
Oh, that was so fun. It was great. Me and Analeigh actually hung out like a little bit before that because she was in Hollywood. It's so different being like off the show than on the show with cameras all around you, because you could like be a normal human.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we like hung out a little bit before, and then we ended up going to the set because they invited both of us, and I was playing ping pong in the back with the other actors. I forgot what their names were, but we were playing ping pong. It was so. I'm also really good at ping pong, so if anybody wants to play me, yeah, we like played ping pong the whole time. They were super cool, and then they're like, "Sam, you don't have to speak," and I was like, "Woo, even better!" Like, Analeig's the actress, let her speak. That's gonna be awesome. And yeah, it was really cool. I actually still get residuals from that, like a good chunk of money, which is crazy to me because it was so long ago and it's still airing, which is nice.
That's dope. Shout out to you.
Right? Good job. I made
Yes.
this, everybody. I made it, Mom.
And of course, I know everyone is thinking, oh my God, how can Oliver not ask about ISIS? But I wanted to save it for the end because, you know, this cycle featured the first transgender contestant ever on America's Next Top Model. And while her story and her time on the show was very inspiring to kids like me and so many others around the world, it was met with some resistance, even down to the model house with some of the other contestants like Hannah and Clark. You being there, seeing all this happen, what was it like filming with ISIS, having to compete against her, and what did you see happen while filming amongst the other girls and their responses to her?
Well, I think ISIS's situation was made apparent very soon. Like, we found out immediately, and that was like kind of her thing, like, oh yeah, I'm a man. Like, even in our I forgot what it's called, like the before you're on the show, you have like the pre-thing. But there were like 30 different girls there, and she had already been talking about it there, so it was already like this big controversy, like, oh my gosh, like he's not really a girl, and you know, blah 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 blah.
Well, you know, before we go on, not you, Sam. I just want to make sure we're saying it the right way. Not saying that you're doing anything wrong. I just want to make sure we're saying it the right way because I'm pretty sure ISIS being ISIS and hearing her talk about it. If you can't just say transition or she's a trans woman.
She's a trans woman. Okay, got it. See, I'm not familiar with this. I take responsibility.
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's why you have friends like me to help you out.
Okay, thank you. So when she was talking about her transitioning, thank you. Let's see, I'm learning. It was definitely controversial. And I think that was a big point for her. In reality, on the show, I felt like me and Isis would have been like best friends outside of the show. If she we went to school together, like we would definitely be in the same clique. Like we'd be vibing. But you know, because it wasn't a television show and there was kind of like this dramatic flair to it, and you had like the religious groups that were like, oh my gosh, like she shouldn't do that, and like you definitely felt like a bashing of minds of like the girls who accepted it and the girls that didn't accept it, the girls like me that didn't have any feelings, like I don't care, whatever. And so it was weird. It was definitely weird. I did think that she was a boss ass runway walker. I've never seen someone runway walk like that. Even to this day, like seeing her, like she would like joke around in the house and like throw on these high ass heels and just be walking around, like she was really good. So, yeah, but I don't know. It's weird talking about it now because, you know, this day and age, nobody cares. Everybody can be who they want to be, and it's not a big thing. But, you know, on the show, when you're like, man, this girl is transitioning, and she's transitioning, but like we're all other girls, so it's not fair that, you know, she gets to be on the show. There definitely was those thoughts that crossed my mind. I'm not gonna lie about it and like pretend that I didn't think that.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, but it's not like I wasn't like, oh, fuck you, or, you know, I don't like the way that you are. It wasn't that way at all. It's just more me competing, and, you know, that's how it is.
Being young
and dumb. But also, like, me, I would always ask Isis a million questions, like, oh, like, how do you, you know, put your, like, parts away, because we are going to do that bathing suit shoot. And she just told me straight up. She didn't care. She was, like, totally open with it. And I was like, God, this girl is, like, super chill. So, yeah.
Shout out to ISIS, guys. So you guys can know, you guys successfully did land me an appointment with Mother Queen Isis. I'll let you guys know the date, but I will be talking to her as well. I'm very excited because, you know, she was definitely the first of her kind to do what she did in the space she did it. It's so beautiful seeing who she is being placed in the presence of people who don't necessarily understand that or accept that. And seeing how she handled herself, and especially, you know, she's gone on. And I was talking to her, I was like, girl, you know, you're an icon. Like in my community, like Isis is she's a big thing. Like she's a huge, big thing. Very special that she's a huge thing to so many other people in the world. So just shout out to Isis. And despite how her representation was received on the show by some of the girls, it was very powerful in that it showed us what the real life reactions, the real life thoughts that trans women have to face, and what those people look like, how they rationalize it, how they see it, and how they manifest that in real life. So blessings to her for being a trailblazer in doing what she did, because it educated so many and inspired so many. Shout out to Isis King.
Well said, Oliver. Well said.
So listen, something bad happened.
Uh-oh.
My computer just died.
Oh,
and I was actually, that was literally my last question, and I was going to get into the fan questions next. And so I'm like looking here, I'm like, where is my MacBook charger?
Oh no.
Oh, I found it. Give me 1 second.
Okay, now we're even from my doorbell ringing a whole bunch of
I know, right?
times.
Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry.
Time's up.
Well, no, it's like right here, and it's all tangled up. Like, give me my charger. Dang it. Okay, I'm back. How do you feel about this interview? You did such a great job, Sam.
Thanks. I haven't done anything like this in so long. It's like kind of cool to reminisce. I'm very present orientated. I like to be in the present. I don't really like to talk about like, oh, remember way back when this and that. So it's been fun. It's been fun to reminisce about it. I'm also very weird about, I don't know, just like talking about the show. It's
really,
for some reason it's like uncomfortable for me. I feel after the show I was like used to take pictures with people all the time. Like I felt like I was famous, like a famous person. It was really, really amazing and super cool. But then now, like even to this day, people will recognize me even with my long hair. And they're like, oh my God, were you that girl in the America's Next Top Model show? I'll be like, yeah. So like, it's cool to be able to talk about it and talk to the fans. And you have a really cool fan base that like wants to know, you know? So it's fun to talk about. My parents and my brothers are like, oh, fuck you. You got second. You suck. So, you know, they don't really like to talk about it.
That is funny. No, thank you so much for doing this. Like, you know, it means so much. You were honestly one of my favorite people on that season because I just appreciated how terminally happy you were and just, you know, how you always wanted to do a great job and just persevere and stuff like that. So it's an honor to speak to you now. Now, listen, Sam, I've what they call fucked up the thing over here. So give me like 5 seconds. I'm only going to keep you for less than 10 minutes. I'm going to speed through these questions that the fans have given us.
Okay.
And I had it set up perfect, and I messed it up. Give me 1 second, guys. Sam, if you were standing before Tyra Banks right now in the present day, what would you say to her?
I would ask her the question, was it real? I would just want to ask her, was it real? And then I'd ask if I could work for her.
Really? You would still want to work for Tyra Banks?
Of course. Not like as a model. Like I would like to work with her as a producer. Or like something in film and television, and her squad of people, the way that they set up production and like the people who talk to you and the casting agents and everybody, everyone was just so great at what they did and so nice. It was really cool. It was really cool to see. Like, the only reason I'm saying this is because like I'm interested in television and film media. Like that's my major. So. I'm not in that, by the way. I'm actually a volleyball coach and a teacher, everybody. So
you teach them?
Yes, I teach PE. I'm not like in a grade or anything, but yeah, I think I would want to do that and like be around her. She's so smart at what she does, you know?
Clearly.
So, right? She's
Clearly.
successful.
Okay, let's get into these questions, Sam.
Okay,
I'm going to
hit
get
me.
you out of here. So, Paulina Nielsen wants to know, did you ever speak to Jeremy Scott off camera, which you touched on, but if you could touch on it again a little bit. Did you ever speak to him off camera and talk about the fashion show in which he criticized you for how you touched the dress? I really liked your performance. Your walk was very good.
Oh, thank you, whoever that was. Yes, we did talk about the walk. It was before the show, though, not afterwards. And he definitely pumped me up, tell me to be crazy with it, tell me to have confidence, tell me to let go, tell me to like, you know, make his clothes look great. So, even during the show, like looking at him, he didn't look mad, he didn't look disappointed, he didn't look anything. The only time I was really taken aback and shocked on the show at panel day when Jeremy Scott kind of laid into me and told me how shitty I was. That was sad. Yeah.
What was it like doing the one-on-one? This is Ashley Day. Ashley Day wants to know, what was it like doing the one-on-one interviews with the judges in the beginning?
It was good. It was a little weird. Only because that was the first time you really got to like be on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to like kind of figure out how to like set your angles and like talk to people, and like everything that we did was a million times.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if we walked off the bus like, I'm not exaggerating, like probably 5 times, and they would change the angle around a whole bunch of times. And then you'd walk into the warehouse and Mr. J would be standing there like this, and then we'd all be like, ah! And then like, okay, great job, go back, we're gonna do it again. And
reality TV, guys.
And had to fucking do it like 5 different times. So I know like a lot of people, when I'm talking about this, you know, it is TV, it's reality TV. So you get like glued to these contestants and you love their stories. But, you know, when we're on the show making a film for you guys. Like, we're making a production. So everything we do is like 5 times worth. You'll get an emotion, like a real reaction, and they'll be like, okay, run it back, do it again, let's see that again. It's always like a take 5 with everything that we did. So that
He's telling
kind
the
of
truth, guys.
Truth, baby.
I just recently finished filming a reality TV show that's going to be coming out soon, guys. I can't wait to share you guys the date and the title, all the other stuff. But one of the things that stepped on my coochie walls the most was I would walk in and I would give this. I think I would get, you know, I'm giving it. All right, Oliver, can you go back again? And I was like, God damn it! What do you mean?
Yes.
What do you mean I have to do this again?
It makes you feel like ungenuine. You're like, oh no, like I'm being fake to like my audience or like the people that are gonna like me. It sucks. Yeah.
On to the next. On to the next question, which is for Randy Milan. If you could do any photo shoot from any other cycle, which one would you pick?
You're gonna be really mad at me, but I don't really watch the show. I couldn't. My cousin was upset. I couldn't even tell you. Like, I don't even fucking know. Yeah, I have no idea.
It's guys. Okay.
Don't be mad at me.
No, you're okay. I'm not mad at you, girl. They'll be fine. Is Nigel as hot in person?
Yes. He is very handsome, and he is really nice. He was probably one of my favorite judges of all of them. And Mr. J. Both the J's were great, too. I loved them. Yeah, but Nigel was awesome. He was more like a godly dad figure than like a sexy, like, let's get it on guy.
Real Melancholy wants to know, how was the runway running up that ramp?
That was crazy. I mean, I consider myself to be pretty athletic, but man, that was really challenging. And you had huge ass heels on that were like 7 inches tall. I thought I was gonna eat shit. I really did. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna fall, whatever. Like, McKey's gonna win it because I'm just gonna be like front flipping down this thing. But yeah, made it.
Do you remember winning? I mean, do you remember me? Oh, excuse me.
You okay over there?
Girl, the burp was trying to take me out. It was the burp, and I was like, wait, girl, let me breathe. Do you remember meeting Cycle 10 winner Whitney? It was the whoa, I think. Mm-hmm. Well, she was there at the runway. Whitney was there, guys, right? Whitney was there. I remember her. Whitney was there. Don't do this to me.
Okay, then that means she was not very memorable because I do not remember that at all.
Edward Marina wants to know
Sorry,
anything you
guys.
learned from the show and apply it in your life.
One thing I learned in the show is arms. That I thought, okay, look, I'll show you guys this. This is my little trick. So whenever I take a photo, if you like put your arm straight on your side, it like looks like fat here. Not fat, but you guys get it. Okay, but anytime you like bend it, it immediately looks. So whenever I take pictures now, I'm always like, oh, hey, hey. Okay, it versus like just standing side. That's one of the things I really did learn. I think
Thank
Mr.
you for
J
that
told me
quick
that.
modeling class. That was dope.
Oh, thanks, darling.
And you know what? Watching Top Model, it really seems like to me, tell me if I'm wrong, that modeling is really understanding how your face relates to light and shadows.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Arms is like a big part of it, I think. I did this like magazine shoot after the show where like you had to like do all this arm stuff, and just I learned from the show like don't show your armpit. Sorry guys, it's quarantine, okay? It just shapes. It's a little weird. But just like making sure your armpits aren't like out and about. You gotta like keep them down, keep them faced. But yeah, I agree with you. Lighting, we all get it. Lighting is super, super important.
Allie E is saying, hey Sam, sorry if you answered this, but excluding you, who do you think should have been in the top 4? I'm assuming that's what he meant.
So the top 4 was what? Me, McKey,
Marjorie,
and Marjorie.
and Miss Ann. Miss Ann Tipton.
I don't think Marjorie should have been there. I think it should have been Elina. Honestly. Alina's photos were stellar. Stellar. If you guys go look it up right now, every photo she had was like pretty spot on. I know they gave her a lot of critique and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my personal preference. I thought her pictures were stunning.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anyone's question. Okay, perfect. I'm on track. Want to make sure I'm not missing anyone's question. No one gets missed out. Okay. Real Melancholy wants to know, what was your perspective with the judge's view of Alina's personality? Yes, I meant to ask you this. Alina came under heavy scrutiny about her personality. What was your view on how they viewed her?
Well, she was very hypocritical. But I get it. I understand. She was bold girl. But she also was very opinionated. So anything, hey, get out of there. Anything she did, she'd like have an opinion on it. So like for instance, she was talking about animal rights, like being an animal rights activist and like all this stuff about like supporting it. And then she was wearing a leather jacket. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, do you even understand? Like, if you're gonna be preaching this so much, like, you can't be doing that. Or like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. A lot of the things that she was saying wasn't backing up what she was projecting and doing.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I get it.
Real Melancholy wants to know, how was it reading the Tyra mail? Did you have to do it over and over? Which you just said, there were some of the things you guys did have to do over and over.
Yes, we did have to do it over and over. And also, when we would find it, we'd have to like re-find it. So we'd like find the mail and they like film, like you could tell it was gonna happen because you see like a camera guy like slowly going into the room and you're like, oh, something's going on. And then we'd run in and be like, and then you'd have to go back and they'd be like, okay, let's do it again. Run it back, people. And then we definitely had to do a lot of those.
Dominic Gajar, I hope I said that right. Gajar. I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. DM me the right pronunciation on Instagram if I said it wrong. But he's saying, hi, Sam. Are you still close with Joslyn?
I'm actually not really super close with anyone on the show afterwards. I mean, I've hung out with people just through like production-wise and like doing things after the show for like post-show stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, we follow each other on Instagram. I like to follow, the people that I enjoyed being around on Instagram, and we keep up, and everyone's super chill in that aspect. I think also now, at least this is my opinion, but nowadays everybody realizes how young we were. Like that was 12 years ago, more than that. So knowing that, you know, we were so young, it's like cool now to be like, hey, remember that experience we had and we were on that TV show? Yeah, that was cool.
Dang it. Okay. Randy Milan, he's so funny. We love Randy over here. He's so funny. He said Nigel and Mr. J can get it. Moving on. Any funny stories with Sutan, aka Raja?
I loved him. He was so amazing. Can't really think of any funny stories. Me and him would definitely like talk about relationship stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But side note, Melissa, who was another makeup artist on the show, Melissa Anchondo, we actually hung out a couple times in LA afterwards and like went shopping together and chilled out, and that was super cool. But yeah, I really miss Sutan and Christian, the hairstylist. Everyone was so nice. Hi
Aww.
everybody, if you're there, I miss you all.
I'm pretty sure they're watching. And this is our last question. From Soren Kemp. My question for her though would be, when did Sam see that she had a real shot to win the whole thing and make it to the end? Oh, that is amazing. I love that.
That's a good question.
Mhm.
I think after my hair was cut off and I was like crying, I realized, shit, I am in this for real, for real. Like my hair is gone. Like I'm gonna put everything I got into it. And I know I feel kind of bad saying that because everyone who tries out for the show is like, oh, I'm trying out the show. This is my 110% effort. And like, I need this and this is my life. And I'm going to like do anything, like kind of like ShaRaun, you know, to like be the best. But my perspective on the whole thing was like, all right, this is a competition. Like we're going into a game. Let's go into a game. Let's, you know, I'm going to try to score as many points as I possibly can until, you know, I'm in the finals. And I think after my hair was cut, I was like, oh shit, we got to get to the semis at least because this is going to be with me for a couple years.
Right. Tell us about your modeling career after Top Model. I know you touched on it a little bit earlier about it not really helping you out, but like, to what extent did you go? And then when did you say this is enough for me?
So everybody, I am currently in Milan. I'm best friends with Kylie Jenner and Kendall and Cara Delevingne, and we hang out 24/7, and I'm super famous. No. So afterwards, I tried out for a whole bunch of agencies because I was like, oh man, this is like, I can do it. I get it. I get the go-see thing. I get how like auditioning is. And that was really like a Debbie Downer because you get turned down so much. And a ton of the agencies that I went to wanted nothing to do with me, just because of the show affiliation. They're like, oh, we don't want to do that. Like, are you getting paid? Like, are you still have a contract with them? So there was a lot that kind of sucked in regards to that. I did eventually get signed on to LA Models for like Runway. So I did some stuff there. That was really fun. I did some fashion shows in New York and then the Amsterdam thing with McKey, which was really cool. And then just some like commercial stuff here and there for like benefit makeup and, you know, a Nike ad, things like that. But I remember like I'm 140 pounds right now. Like I'm 140. Okay. I was 120 pounds. Okay. And I was like so skinny. And I'm like an athlete. Like my diet is Jack in the Box, In-N-Out, McDonald's. Like I love fast food. So after the show, when like I had to like restrict what I could eat, that was like really depressing. Not I didn't get depressed, everybody. Don't like feel sorry for me, but you know, not being able to eat, you're hangry. You're cranky all the time. It sucks. And I remember I like walked into LA Models and my agent was there and she put the little measuring tape around my hips and she's like, and I was 120 pounds, I'm 140 now. She said, Sam, you're going to need to lose 2 inches in your hips for your next go-see. And I looked at her and I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm done. She's like, what do you mean you're done? I was like, I'm done. And if anybody knows where LA Models is in Hollywood, there's an In-N-Out next door. I literally walked out of the building, walked across the street, and I ordered a double-double with animal-style fries and a pink lemonade. And that was the last time I worked for an agency. I did a little couple television, like media stuff afterwards, like for a TV show thing. That was cool. Got on like a couple commercials doing that, but that's about it. Yeah. I love modeling. Modeling is fun. Like, I have freaking burns on the back of my ears from like falling asleep in the chair when people were doing my hair, because it was like my favorite thing to like get all dolled up, and it was amazing, but I wasn't in love with it. And and I know it's like sucks to say that because I was on the show and like maybe I took an opportunity from someone else who like really would have like benefited from it. But yeah, afterwards I worked at KTLA, if anyone knows where that is. It's a news station thing, and I got to like film for or interview the Lakers and the Dodgers and like do all that stuff. Then I realized I didn't like that either because everyone was really mean. And then yeah, now I'm doing my passion, which is coaching. I love coaching. I coach volleyball. I have an elementary, middle school team, and then I coach college, and then I coach a club. So I'm working my ass off.
No,
but I love it, and I'm happy.
And you know what? I think that is a hidden beauty about doing these chats with you girls, is that we get to see you girls talk us through like just you growing up and realizing, you know, what it is that you really want to do, what is that you, and just being real with us, like, hey, yes, I was on Top Model. Yes, this show was amazing. Yes, it was everywhere, but we didn't get paid, and that wasn't a golden ticket into the modeling industry, and we had to struggle. So I appreciate you being open and honest with us, not even that moment, about this whole thing. Like, you did an amazing job, and I'm pretty sure that this chat in particular would be like one of the favorites, because you did a great job. Thank you so much.
Geez. Stop it.
You.
Yeah, it was really fun. I'm glad people got to like tune in. It's been so long.
Well, listen, we're closing up, guys, but I think you're like my most watched live. I was looking at it, and you got like to the 890s. I was like, yes, Sam. So you won something finally.
I'm famous.
You won something, Sam. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna hold you any longer. Oh no.
And also, I'd like to give a shout out to you for being amazing and bringing all these models on and like getting people together and asking questions. Like, it's COVID times. We need this more than ever right now, and people need to be connected and not divided and have conversations and talk and be real. We just need real people. Just be real in the world. Come on. So thank you for, you know, opening up your platform and just being a boss ass bitch. You're awesome.
Ooh! And Sam, I thank you so much for that. That means a lot to me. Thank you again for having this opportunity. And I just want you to do this for me. The next time you use the term badusy in a sentence, just tell me how you used it and who you used it on, okay?
Okay, I will. I'm really excited. I'm going to film it and then send it to you. I got it now.
Everyone, please give a round of applause. Give smooches and hugs to Sam for giving us an amazing top model ANTM exclusive chat about Cycle 11.
Chia.
Hey, I'm nude.
Oh, God.
Sam, we're going to chop it up a little bit after this, girl. You did such an amazing job. I'm going to call you.
For sure. Okay.
All right. Bye, Sam.
Bye, everybody.
And she's out. Listen, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for sitting here, for supporting me, for tuning in every time we do one of the things. Listen, let me tell you bitches something. You need to like and subscribe, share this video, comment down. I do read the comments now. Listen, it's a lot of you guys now, so I can't keep up with everybody. But comment down below, DM me, do all the things. Listen, I have a show, no lie, lined up every day for the next about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks of just full top model content. I know you guys are going to enjoy it. I got some of your faves. I got some of your favorite judges. We pulling judges right here, bitch. Thank you guys so much for all of your energy, all your love, our support. You can follow me at He is Oliver Twixt. And I'm up out of here. My boyfriend and I are about to cook some oxtails today. We're going to cook some, right, baby? We're going to cook oxtails, cabbage, rice. We're going to get into the things. I'm going to replace this energy drink with the energy drink. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. You guys don't have to worry about me uploading this. It's already going to be on my YouTube channel. Y'all should be the ones that's happy. Anyways, be sure to pray, and Kegel because I don't know. I couldn't come up with a reason this time. I drew a blank. Dang it. And you guys know I normally come up with a good reason, but I didn't do it this time. I'll let y'all fill in the blank. How about that? Right now, tell me. Be sure to pray and Kegel because what? I want to see what y'all say. How about that? You lazy mother. Oh, thank you everybody who participated in Super Chat. I love you guys for the Q&A. Okay, I'm going, guys. Bye. Oh, wait, Sam. Oh, wait, awkward. Bye.